Oh, sure.
I think I'm recording. I'm recording now.
Guys, my mom's gonna be here in a second.
All right, cool. And let's start the stream.
I've never met your mom.
So if anyone's watching this on YouTube or on that's not here right now, thanks for coming. Hello.
Thanks for hanging out.
I should probably minimize this now.
We are a group of artists in the North Carolina area who get together and chat about our trials and tribulations.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. Hi.
And so, okay. John. Okay.
What's going on?
I don't know. It looks like
She froze. She laughed so hard she froze.
she froze. She broke the internet. The internet's broken.
That's okay.
Again?
Oh,
Dang it.
There she goes.
Not again.
So, Anthony, you were here last time talking about drawing canines for money.
I was.
But you said you're not doing that anymore. What are you drawing instead?
Right now I'm just sketching some doodles, cartoons, and stuff right now.
Okay.
I'm just working on my own personal portfolio.
So when you, because I mean, I hear that a lot when I talk to different artists. They always say they're working on their portfolio. What does that mean for you? Like, are you completely redoing it? Are you just adding a little here and there? Are you taking out, like, how does that work exactly?
Me, personally, I'm just adding to it. I'm always adding to it. Because what I think is just so cool, like, just being an artist, is everything you draw and you make, it's like always taking a next step. Like, you're building your own history, you know?
Right.
And it's so cool to see that progression. So for me, like, I'm at a point where I'm not too satisfied where I'm at in terms of my skills, because I want to get faster. So right now I'm like trying to make more drawings that are good, and I'm like building my speed, and I want to make them sillier, cartoonier, try to make them more exaggerated, you know. So I'm trying to push myself.
Yeah.
So you're really pushing for your speed, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, your stuff's pretty cartoony. That's a good approach for speed. I mean, I don't know. Like, how many like passes of lines do you do? Because I've seen your work. It's very like clean lines. So is that like you sit down and do like a rough sketch and then you just pop the lines down and then you're done in like 10 minutes, or is it something you really have to like refine until it's like looking how you want it? Because that happens to me a lot. It takes me forever to get.
I'm a perfectionist, man. I've got Command Z.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Command Z. Yeah, Command Z.
Yeah.
There's an ant on my webcam. What is that?
Really?
That was weird. Well, he's crawling up the cord.
Oh.
Anyway, back to what you're talking about. Sorry.
I'm on there. There's an ant on my webcam.
So,
an
I mean,
Tony.
For all the
Terrible
illustrators out there, because I'm a big fan of your work, and how do you get that sort of level of like Connor was saying, like sort of like those clean lines, but add the speed? Like, how do you basically become quicker at drawing?
I think for me, it's just draw more.
I'm trying to figure that out, and honestly, like, when I'm not feeling,
Was
like,
Madison back? Hey, Madison.
you know, like I'm feeling like, you know, like I can't do this. I always look at the video of my favorite artists to kind of motivate me, you know, kind of go back to what inspires me.
Mm-hmm. Who's your
And
favorite
so,
artist?
Right now, my favorite artist is, I don't know if you guys heard of this animator, but I think his name is Eric Goldberg.
I don't know him.
I know.
He I think I'm butchering his last name, but basically he animated the genie in Aladdin.
Oh, all right.
And so I saw a bunch of his videos, and he is just so fast, like so fluid, and he gets his lines like perfect in like, boom, like 2 minutes. You know, spends about 10 minutes like inking his cartoons, and it's like, oh my gosh, it takes me like hours to just get the right gestures and strokes that I want, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm such a perfectionist, but I'm in the danger zone because I start comparing myself to a guy who has like years and
Don't
years
do that,
and years
man.
and
Don't
years
do that.
of experience.
He compares himself to shitty artists, so he feels better.
And it works.
It's really easy.
And speaking of that, just a little tidbit. There's a photographer that I follow on the Instagrams. And I absolutely love his stuff. Like his color is just fucking amazing. His ideas are great. And he recently announced that he was doing like a short video. I was like, cool. I'm sure it'll be awesome. You know, like his photographs.
Mm-hmm. But you're not.
And the video was the worst video I've ever fucking seen. Like I thought it was a joke at first. And so that made me feel great, because it's like this guy that I idolize, you know, whose photographs I think are the greatest thing in the world, can't do video, and it shows me that he's human. And I don't know, that just that made me feel great inside, because it was the worst thing I've ever seen. But his photographs are amazing.
You know what?
That is definitely Hamilton's unique approach to things. He's like, I like it when people are not good. And that's Hamilton's thing. But no, I appreciate I do what you do, Anthony.
When people around you aren't good, because then you just realize you're surrounding yourself with shitty artists and you're in a bad community that's never ever going to challenge you.
That's true.
Oh, no, whoa. I don't surround myself with shitty artists. No. I surround myself with...
Instagram.
Wait, so that's not what this is about?
Oh, you guys are shitty artists. This is why you're here. I look at shitty art when I'm feeling down to make myself feel better. But I don't surround myself with shitty artists. No, I surround myself with great artists to push myself. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't do that, then I'll just I won't work, you know?
I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, like when I see a close friend on the Instagrams post something awesome, it just pisses me off, because it's like, God damn it. You know, why am I not posting something awesome right now? That gets me to work. But, you know, when I'm really down about myself and down about my work, that's when you go to the DeviantArt and spend a few hours. You know.
DeviantArt.
DeviantArts? Ugh.
Yeah, DeviantArt's good. Exactly.
That is a shadow valley right there. That is a dark valley to walk through.
Yeah. It's definitely changed.
You gotta be
a lot
careful.
in their most recent years. It's gone downhill. Actually, I think it recently got a little better because
don't say that.
Yeah, they like rebranded.
No,
and stuff.
I don't want to hear that.
I mean, I still don't use it. No, you know.
I don't want to hear that shit.
But I also don't use a lot of things, so I probably should. It doesn't hurt. Like, it's not gonna hurt you to have your stuff on DeviantArt if it's good, you know.
No, it will. I think it will.
No, I don't think so.
I think I have.
Still looks the same to me.
Yeah, I mean, like,
change the logo.
It doesn't make your work worse having it only on DeviantArt. But that being said, not only on DeviantArt. Having your stuff also on DeviantArt, I don't think is bad. But you definitely should not only have it on DeviantArt. You need to have your own website.
Illustrators,
yeah, I mean,
for sure.
True that.
Yeah.
Well, so going back originally, so like when you're trying to get quicker, and this goes to you too, Connor, because I know you work on speed as well. Like, is it just like you sit down and you're like, okay, I'm gonna hammer out this drawing in like half an hour, and that's how you get quicker, or like, how do you know?
Pretty much.
How do you get fast?
That I get to encounter on a daily basis is like, oh wow, look, another non-installation piece. Oh look, another painter. Oh, I love painters so much.
What was that? What did Caleb say?
Caleb's talking shit.
She was like, none of this relates to me, and I say, yeah, that's like my life. Like 97% of the art I encounter on a daily basis is like, oh yay, another painter. I don't give a shit about painting.
Whoa! You see, I think that's where you're wrong. I think you can always find connections.
No, I mean, with good painters, but there's not really many of those that charm.
Yeah, I can see.
All I ever get to see is 2D art. That doesn't really like if I want to build in 3D, I want to be able to like see good 3D installation and sculpture work, and like it's much harder to find that than
we have fun sculpture meet.
Yeah. I mean, that's like. Yeah. That kind of like sums it up. Like installation isn't even like a BFA at Charlotte. Like,
yeah.
Do you think I get to see my field on a daily basis? It's not like illustration where there's like a department of 30 plus people every semester. Like,
yeah.
So that brings up an interesting kind of point, Caleb. Where do you go for
internet?
You know,
get in the fucking shop.
I mean, I don't know. Like, not really many places, I guess. Like,
Well, do you go? I mean, do you go online? Is there a DeviantArt for installation that you can look at?
I've seen you googling grasshoppers,
I'm sure
Caleb.
that there is, but I'm sure there's something better than a DeviantArt for installation. But no, I think a lot of what I see is in museums. So like the Nasher over in Durham is like really, really good, or Chapel Hill. And a lot of the other like triangle area museums, just because that's where my house is, and it's just like when I go back, we usually try and go to like a museum or two if there's anything good. And a lot of those museums, especially the Nasher, are like really big into like contemporary art, and like the Ackland too. The Ackland's in Chapel Hill, Nasher's in Durham, but both of those are like really big into the contemporary scene, and like they usually find like really interesting upcoming artists. And they do a range of stuff, so they do painters just as much as they do anybody else, but they definitely do a really good job of curating like sculptural artists and like installation based artists. So I don't know, I just don't know of any good resources to find. Like installation and sculpture also take a lot longer a lot of the times, on on large scale anyways, than like something like illustration or like painting. I mean, painting like at a large scale does take a long time, but I think when you look in a third dimension, it's going to take a lot longer.
Is that an ice cream truck?
Well, what about on the Instagrams, Caleb? Don't they have like hashtag installation art?
As if I use Instagram.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's some wonderful like video artists on there that I follow.
Yeah, I don't think you can get the full breadth of a work from Instagram. Like,
that's a good point.
I don't really browse Instagram very often. Like, I think it's interesting to see like snippets from people's lives that are like really well documented or really well captured. Like,
I don't care about their lives. I care about their work.
Yeah, but I mean, like, see, that's the thing. I don't think that there's really a good way to sum up like most good installation or sculpture in like one. I think sculpture more so, but installation is so much more about like an experience and an immersion to me that I don't think you can get that through, like, I don't even think you can get that through a video and Instagram. Like maybe something more like 360 video, but then you lack like the surface detail and like a lot of like the dimensionality of the piece. And I think you just lose that when you compress it to 2D. And yeah.
That's great. I never thought about that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't really have like a strong resource.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Caleb.
I mean, I don't even think that 3D fly through would honestly be anywhere near like what actually experiencing an installation is like. Just it's because like there's so many things that are happening in the space where like the environment's interacting with the piece, and like there's light that's interacting with the piece, and like you're like the people being in the space is interacting with the piece, and like the forces that they're exerting, like the wind, behind them as they walk. And like there's just so many factors that are taking place at once that like when you're in those installations, you're getting like a pretty unique experience, even if it is pretty controlled by the artist. Whereas like you try and put that in video or like capture that, and you lose a lot of like the sense detail. And I think that just like it really can't come across in like a two-dimensional display.
Well, I hear your pain, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was there, I would give you a hug and tell you it was going to be all right somehow.
Well, thank you.
Because you're right. I mean, you can't really get that same sense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I always try when I'm documenting our installation work or our sculpture work, to like look at that piece. I mean, like generally when I'm making a piece, I know what angles I want to hit it from, and like how I want it to look at from a certain vantage point. But I think like when the installation comes around, like you have to like get into places where obviously where people are supposed to be, but then you also have to like kind of get angles and views and pictures from places where people aren't going to be, to like show really unique views of the installation. And when you have that, you can get like a much better picture of the installation. You can get a better feel for it when when you're viewing them online. But even then, I don't think you're ever going to get the experience.
Well, going back just real quick to the idea of sort of adding to your portfolio and updating it, as an installation artist, like how do you do that then? Do you have like 20 shots of an installation piece, or do you just have one main shot? Like how?
Yeah, I think you'll take images of a piece, and you'll say like, you'll find one that you just really like, and you're like, that's the cover photo. That's like the one image. But I mean, I would like to show with all of my installation work as many good images as possible, till I think like, okay, out of all the images I've shot, these are the good ones. I'm not going to put a bad image in there. Like if I shot 500 images and I found 20, I'm not going to put 30 or 100 in there just to show. Like I think like less is more there, and you just pick the best ones, and then you just
right. So you just kind of know as you're looking through sort of like portfolio where you know which shot is going to be the one that's going to go in.
I mean, generally, even when I'm shooting it, I know already when I see the image on the screen or when I see the image through the viewfinder, I'm going to know right then and there that like that image. I mean, I have the edit in mind. Like I can already see it on the web. It's just like, so I mean, sometimes you'll get shots that you didn't really envision originally, and those will be great. But those are like I think a lot harder to come across, just because like it's really easy to go into the piece with a set mindset about exactly what you're going to take an image of, and then that's it.
So, Anthony, so when you're updating your portfolio, then do you create pieces specifically for that, or are you just working on pieces and you're like, this is a fucking kick-ass piece, I'm going to toss it in the portfolio?
Oh yeah, definitely that, man.
Definitely.
Like,
which one?
awesome.
Which one? So you're like, oh, I'm great. This is it.
Yeah. It's like it just goes. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, like it depends. Like, what am I? For me, like just whatever best represents myself. So, if I feel really confident, like I'm satisfied, like I put a lot of work and effort and thought into it, I'm probably gonna put that in. But really it's hard to say because you can do so many things with portfolio for so many different positions depending on what you're applying for,
Right.
So if I'm applying for as a character designer, I'm going to put in a lot of characters, that I've created, that I've doodled with, and I'm going to show sketches, and I'm going to show the final pieces, the finished thing, because I feel like that's what whoever's going to hire me is most interested to see is, can this guy do the thing? Can he complete it? Can he finish it? But if I wanted to work as a layout artist or a background artist, I would need to show, obviously, the paintings of backgrounds,
Right.
something, sketches.
So you've got a whole bunch of different portfolios going on at once, and you're just constantly adding to them. Like you'll have your background, your layout, you'll have your character design portfolio.
Well, I was just using that as an example. I actually, to be honest, I hate drawing backgrounds. I love drawing like characters and stuff. Yeah, and then I'm like, the same way. Oh shoot, they're just in white space. I need to put something back there. Sometimes I'll just leave it as white space because I think that's cool. I'm a minimalist.
Don't do that. You don't pull that minimalist bullshit on me. Oh, it's a minimal background.
I'm minimalist when it comes to background. I'm like, white, just add a little tiny shadow, make it look like he was there. He's something. Or
and it depends on what it is.
I'll just spray paint something, like just a blue.
Oh, you guys
I love blue, so I'll just put a blue or something.
Well, there was some. God, what was it? I think the artist from Calvin and Hobbes. What's his fucking name?
Bill Watterson.
Yes, thank you. He said that he treated backgrounds as characters. And that's how he got excited about doing backgrounds, is that he's like, all right, this background is now a character. I'm excited about this background. And that's why a lot of these backgrounds are so, energetic. It's because he put that sort of feeling into them.
And that, that's so true. Because now you think of it, I love like the backgrounds with like only one tree, and then like he kind of uses it as like a framing device because he'll put like Calvin and Hobbes like laughing behind this big tree, and then you'll see something in the distance like Susie, like
it's beautiful stuff, man. But I mean,
something like she's getting hit by a water balloon or something, and it's fantastic. So yeah, you know what? I gotta start looking at it that way, dude.
Try it. What about you, Connor? You hate backgrounds too?
Yeah, backgrounds suck. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like drawing people. But
amen.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have to do it, if it's like an illustration and it's like, well, I'll draw it in this setting, it's like, well, fuck, I guess I have to do it, But right. Yeah, I definitely try to get away with like minimal backgrounds too, just because, I like to put more emphasis on. I mean, if it's an illustration, like for book cover or something, and there's characters, or if it's like I like just designing characters. So I don't really give a shit like where they are. I just care about what they look like. And then if somebody asks me like, oh, well, where do they live? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit. And then I'd have to like draw the background, I guess. But yeah, I haven't done any like landscapes that are like made up ever, really, because I just don't care.
You haven't done any alien landscape kind of things?
No.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I like drawing robot stuff and characters, all that stuff's cool. But yeah, I mean, unless somebody asks me to do it or I'm being paid to do it, I really just kind of design the characters. I'll render them up if I want to. I rarely ever do that even. Normally I just stick to like basic colors and lines and stuff. And then maybe put like a little gradient in the background. But that's because I like doing character designs. If it's an illustration, then yeah, I like to try to put something, but I don't really have any illustrations that I'm proud of, so.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Connor, talented, dude.
My portfolio is all just like characters on gray backgrounds. It's like, here's my art, I guess.
It's pretty good. It's okay.
Yeah. Something I'm working on though. I definitely do want to hit that harder.
Hit what harder? Backgrounds?
Just illustration in general, because I feel like the difference between character design, like I don't know if you guys can see this dumb thing I'm drawing. It's a little
I can see
fat
it. I
robot
like
man. But he's just standing there. He's just looking boring. But I like that kind of stuff because I can think more about the costume more than about like a dynamic pose or anything. It's just like, oh, there he is, blah, whatever. But if I like the next step, I mean not the next step, but if you were to take this same character and I was going to illustrate him, I wouldn't. An illustration of just him standing there with like there's like a background and the lighting's great. That would be boring to me because he's just standing there. The only reason I'm drawing it like this is because I want to design like this costume, which is going to be intricate and like it has all these different little parts. I just want to show that off as well as I can. I don't really give a shit about what he's doing, how he's looking, but like if I, say I finish the design, I'm going to do a little sketch here. And,
do the sketch. Let me see it.
And I'm like, all right, well, he's like some fat dude in armor. Maybe he's like a heavy gunner in like some Star Wars type thing. So he like, what would be his job? He'd like come in and like breach a door and like have a big shield or something cool. And he'd probably be in some kind of like I don't know, urban desert environment because he's got all this like breathing stuff, so he doesn't have to breathe in sand. He's got the helmet on. So then
I'm excited. I'm fucking excited to see.
So then,
this.
all right, let's see. How would I draw it? So maybe it'd be like, So maybe there'd be like some kind of like hallway or something, and I'm gonna change. It's a very sharp angle. But maybe there's like, a doorway, and there's all you see is there's a little city or some mountains back here.
Look at that shit.
There's a crashed ship over here and it's smoking and you're like, whoa, what happened? And there's little guys lying out here like,
see, that's all you fucking need. Look at that.
There's a battle.
That's all you need.
And then you see this fucking guy and here he is. Oh, let's draw him out. Just delete all that. So then he's got his big helmet and he's coming, whatever, his little mouth part. He's got his big armor.
Draw the hoses. Get the hoses.
Hoses, yeah. He's got his little armor thing, and he's pissed, and he's coming straight for it. Let's do his arms. That's kind of weird, but he's got his gun up here. He's coming around. He's coming around the corner.
There it is.
Whoa, there he is. And maybe the lighting's really cool. So like the lighting's coming from this direction. So he's got some
fucking amazing.
He's got some cool shadows here. Maybe the wall comes up.
I get some chiaroscuro on that shit, son. Look at that.
So he's holding his gun, and he's spread eagle. He's doing tactical stances. He's coming around.
It's a real military term. It's called spread eagle, right? It's a real military term.
Maybe he's, maybe he's got his gun.
When in doubt, your ship crashes
in
the middle of nowhere. Spread the eagle.
Spread the eagle.
I draw his gun more like as a shooting thing. So maybe he's blasting, and there's a guy up here just like, ah, and he's getting blasted.
Is that me?
Yeah, Anthony's right here trying to get away.
Using you as a reference right now.
Yeah, and this guy's just like, oh, I'm fucked. So
this guy looks too cool. He looks too cool.
Boom, boom. Ah. And this guy. So now there's a story. This guy's a fucking. He's an animal. What is he doing? I don't know.
Job.
So that's the difference
job.
between an illustration and a boring.
Wait, don't delete it. What are you doing?
I didn't delete it. It's on another
Oh,
layer.
thank God. Oh my God.
Hey,
That's
Lisa,
actually your
what's up?
portfolio, man.
Giving us the hardest task, dude.
Like, that is some great storyboarding. You could easily do some fucking storyboarding, you know? Like, that's the kind of level of quality you need for a good storyboard for a movie film, you know?
You never know.
I mean, did you ever think about that? Like, that's legit.
Yeah, that'd be a cool job. Yeah, I remember when Mad Max Fury Road came out and they released all the storyboards, because that movie, they didn't have a plot. They started that movie with storyboards. There's hundreds
Yeah, I
of
can tell,
storyboards.
because there's no fucking plot in that movie.
Yeah,
There's
so
no
all
plot.
it is was drawing out the action. That was the whole movie. So yeah, that stuff's cool. And Elisa's here, if you guys didn't know.
Just observing.
Hey, Lisa.
Halfway through that story.
Yeah,
It's a
sorry.
great story. You missed it. Well, what we're going to do, Connor, is the next film I do, I'm going to send you the script. I'm going to have you storyboard for your portfolio.
Ooh, that could be fun.
And then that'll help me out because
Sounds
I don't
like
have a storyboard.
sounds like you just are getting free work. So,
Yeah.
a little bit.
That's kind of what I do. That's kind of how I roll
All right.
until I make the big movie money.
Yeah, you're just a mean executive and just take away the craft. What is that wind
Well,
chime?
So in your portfolio, Anthony, do you have some of that crazy sci-fi shoot 'em up story illustration, or is it just sort of character design?
It doesn't have to be
Right now
sci-fi,
it's
but
Or is it like, comic strips kind of deal?
Right now, I'm working towards doing more comic booky stuff.
Cool.
So
yeah.
it's right now, like, I'm kind of in this awkward like planning stage, because it's like there's this one thing.
The awkward years.
It's really awkward because like I made up these characters, and then like I'm drawing them, and I'm like, okay, I have this story, like I finished the script, and then it's like, okay, I want to take it in one place, so I want it to be a comic book, but then I'm like, I also want to pitch it to a studio so then they can make it into an animation.
Mhm.
And so I'm kind of in the crossroads, but right now I'm figuring out that I'm just going to move forward with a comic book, and I'm going to take what I make and just use it as kind of like a storyboard.
Exactly. I was gonna suggest that. I'd be like, this is it. This is the fucking film right here. This work is done for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
I'm kind of doing, I'm just doing that right now.
I mean, if your goal was for it to be an animation, why not do like a short, like 1 minute little animation, just like a test, you know?
Ooh, that's a good idea too. Why not do both? Fuck it. You got
Yeah.
time, right? You're not drawing dogs.
Yeah.
I love animation, dude, but I cannot animate to save my life, dude.
What? Come
I
on.
tried animating one time, and I nearly killed myself. Like,
You didn't take
I'm
Heather's
not even
class?
joking. I overstressed myself because like I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's
Nobody
fun
knows.
to see it come together,
Yeah.
but then like
Nobody-
I'm such a perfectionist. Like, no, it's just not healthy for me at this time. I'd rather
Oh man, you're breaking my
I'd
heart.
rather someone else do it. I'd rather someone else slave over my work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You
Well,
sound like
then-
an asshole.
Then
That's
you,
what you
then,
sound
then
like.
you just have to make a really good comic book that looks really cool.
I'll give them all the credit. I'll be like, they animated that, but it was my idea. So
But it was my idea.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Well,
want
there-
inspiration for that, I know that Dave Raposa did like a comic book for a long time. It's like I think it's like 15 pages, but it's not really not really a comic book. It's sort of like halfway in between a comic and an animation. So it's only on Tumblr. It's not like printed, and
really?
all the frames are like animated GIFs.
Oh, did you
So-
show me that, Connor? Is that,
Yeah, I
that's
think
awesome?
so. So some of
Oh,
them,
that's-
something like that.
yeah, so it'll just have like a character standing there, but like the light will be flickering on his face, but that's it.
It's fucking badass.
So it's like very minimal
That's
animation.
really cool. Who
Yeah.
is
Dave Raposa. Here, I can send you guys the link.
Yeah, it's amazing. He puts all of us to shame. So don't look at it if you're feeling really bad about your work.
But he also did like a
Go
2
to
minute
DeviantArt
animation.
first.
So he he knew he wanted it to be an animation, so he just like went for it, and it never turned into anything. But like it was cool that he tried.
Yeah, as long as you like are doing shit or working towards something, anything,
Wait,
Um,
wait, something else.
So whether you
I don't.
whether you do this as an animation or whether you do this as a comic book, as long as you're working towards making more work,
Yeah.
having it never end. Your PayPal balance.
Don't look.
Oh, God. Sounds like you need to do some dog photos, Connor.
All right, I'm gonna share this with you guys.
Starvale.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a cheesy space comic, but I really like how he did the animated GIFs. And turned out good.
That's cool. I was supposed to do some sort of collaboration with somebody who was supposed to write a short story.
Connor.
What? Not me.
Connor.
I think we've all let someone down before. Hamilton.
Yeah, I've been burned. Connor let me down before. I've been burned. Burned by artists.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Hamilton were supposed to make a comic one at one point. But then I just got burnt out on it.
I did finish that story. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But no, going back, like I didn't know. I had this one story. I didn't know if I wanted it to be a fucking like novel or if I wanted to do like a comic story out of it. And I still don't. I still don't know what it works.
I think the biggest thing is just, and I'm only giving this advice because I know it's good advice, even though I myself can't follow it because I'm a terrible person. But
so you know, it's
if you have an idea, and you think, oh, this is pretty cool, but I don't know. I mean, you should probably just do it because holding things that are precious to you and never really making them, there's no point because if it's your first comic book, it's gonna suck. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter who you are unless you're like
that's not true.
Unless you're just a genius
and
you spent like 20 years planning and like learning but never actually making it and somehow got lucky and your first one was good. But I mean, you just gotta make it.
There's no rule that says you have to make something once.
Exactly.
You can use the idea again.
Yeah, exactly. And you can remake it. Peter Pan's been remade like 100 times. That Hook movie just came out.
I mean, like, you don't have to show anybody if you make it the first time. Or, like, I don't know. People make work along the same lines all the time.
Yeah.
And by the time you finish it, you'll probably have more ideas for something else anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. It looks like you're in the deep south, like on a porch sipping iced tea.
Like, yeah, I'm in the south, on a porch.
We're all in the south.
I don't have ice.
It's so fancy. Here we are in our little cubicles.
Yeah.
And you're outside.
My wood. Sipping a hot, sweet tea in the sun on a southern day. On a Mississippi afternoon.
Mississippi.
I don't know what the accent is.
I don't know what that
It's a little bit. It's a little Bill Cosby from Ghost Dad, and
I saw that movie for like 30 minutes, and I had to turn it off.
yes,
Well, you've seen more than both me and Hamilton.
I could not take it seriously.
spreading like wildfire.
Me and Hamilton talk about it every week for some reason, but we've only actually seen the trailer.
I've seen it.
I know, I was like, you found your way to slip it in.
Exactly.
Thanks, Connor, for that little teeing up for me.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about portfolios and, how, like when someone says I'm adding to it, what does that mean exactly? Are you adding and subtracting? Are you focusing on one thing? That's kind of where we were talking about earlier.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you're adding to your portfolio, you have a job in mind.
Yeah.
Maybe you just want to spice it up,
Otherwise, you're just making work because you like to.
Yeah, which is fine. People have hobbies. But I think all of us here, and probably most people that listen to this, probably want to do this as their job. So.
Do what job? Oh yeah, I was thinking about that.
Their job. They're not just putting it online because hey, look at this stuff I did, but I'm never gonna do it for money.
Like what is our end goal as artists?
To be millionaires, right?
No, for real though. Like
Just doing it for money, dude.
Yeah. I heard it.
Money.
I heard you pull
all that
major
art
cash.
money. Like where, because I think I mentioned this before. Like I was watching La La Land, and like the chick wanted to be an actress so she could be in movies and make money. And it's like for artists, it's like fuck. What There's no like end goal, right?
Well, if you just wanted to make money, you'd probably just like I don't know, become
Be a doctor.
A doctor. No.
Yeah.
You're
making
a
a mistake.
businessman. You become an
Ooh,
accountant.
a businessman. Ooh, that sounds exciting.
But I think, at least for me, the whole goal, the end goal, is to be able to pursue whatever creative projects I want on my own time. I could say, hey, I want to do this, and there's nothing stopping me. That's the goal. Because right now, there's a lot of things stopping me. I could be like,
What's stopping?
money, time. So just the ability to decide what projects you want to work on and what you want to do with your artistic, energy. Because right now, I mean, I think I get half that time. Like half of my time I get to decide what I want to do, but the other half I have to like work for people or do something. So
Right.
it would be great if I could get to a point where it was 24/7 all day, that my only job was doing my own work. Would be cool.
So that's the goal, is to be able to
That's the
make
goal.
money off of our own work.
Yeah, whether it's like your own
that
comic
true
book
for
that
everyone?
you like, and maybe you're on Patreon, or maybe it's making commissions for
Yeah, I
people.
guess it'll make your main money maker be your own projects. But that depends on what it is, I guess.
What about you,
Whether it's a
Hamilton?
comic
Here
or
you are.
yeah, it depends on what you want to do.
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like there's no real clear goal for, whether you're an illustrator, an artist, or, Caleb's not here anymore. I wish I could fucking ask him.
I don't think there's a clear goal, but there is a clear goal, but that doesn't mean it has to be the end goal.
Ooh,
Like,
ooh, that's deep. I like that.
Find a goal and start working
That's sexy.
until you get there.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you're probably going to realize, well, that really wasn't my end goal. I really want to do this, and then you start going from there. So just make goals and go for it.
Well, yeah, there's an illustrator that I follow, who I really respect, and he signed like a book deal, and I was like, oh man, you've made it. And he's like, you never make it. Like it never ends. Like this is one book deal, but I need to start working on the next book deal. I need to start doing this. Like so, it's like continual. You're always working towards something. You've never really made it,
True.
at least to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a little depressing, but.
I like that.
It's
'Cause I think
something to work for.
if you get cozy and you get comfortable and you say, I've made
Cozy.
it. If you say, I made it, and then you just sit there and live in that small little bubble, then you're going to like, you're cutting off your growth. You're not like looking to expand. So I don't know.
You're not working on backgrounds. That's what
You're not learning, you're not growing.
Yeah. So I think
I mean,
you
if
should
the point
always-
is to make money, then I guess you'll be happy. But if the point is to make better work, then you probably won't.
Why can't it be both? Why can't I make money and make better work?
You can. That's
Yeah.
Can do both.
Oh, that's sweet money. Just
yeah.
waiting.
You don't
for
have
me.
to sell out, Hamilton. You just think that.
Yeah.
What? I don't sell out.
I'm just
As
messing.
Just
the
exchange-
famous Jamie Frankie once said, "You're not selling out, dude. You're selling in."
You're selling
I was
into
like-
yourself.
I like that. It's true.
I will never
It's
forget.
very
that.
wise.
I'll never forget what he said.
It's true.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
that I would mind if I always had to have another job.
Yeah.
I probably always will have some sort of other job.
Especially if it's
Really?
a job
Because
that
I
you
like-
like, you know?
Even just to like get out of your house and talk to other people and Hamilton. And
Yeah, totally.
you can get inspiration from different places.
Mhm.
Oh, that's true. No, I used to go to the bar when I lived in Wilmington all the time and just sit there and just
Good
like
job.
all of my ideas came from just like talking to people and hanging out.
Yeah.
Once you insulate.
Or even if your other job is helping you learn a skill like Connor's.
Yeah. Making gambling money, right?
Yep, making that sweet, sweet rake. No, that's a really good point. I mean, yeah, because
I learned a lot of stuff from my retail job too. Just like how to make small talk with people. I made my selling stuff at markets a lot better. I don't know. I wouldn't have been as good at that if I hadn't had that retail job.
That's a great idea.
Even just in like the presentation of my booth, because I always get a lot of compliments on that. I'm like, retail.
Yeah.
You should hire yourself out as like a booth like organizer.
Designer.
You know, if you're like really good at that, because like whenever I would do a
People
show,
need that.
yeah, whenever I would do a show or when I'm in a gallery and I don't know how to set up my shit in my space, like I'm all for
Yeah,
that.
it makes a big-
It makes a huge deal, and my shit.
Well, yeah, in our culture, so like it's so presentation dependent. Everybody's on
You should
Instagram.
fucking-
wants to be perfect.
fucking hire yourself out for that. Like that's such.
It's called styling.
That'd be stylings.
Yeah.
It's styling.
I mean, you want to make sure that all
Okay,
that
but-
stuff is good, like your website, your Instagram. It all looks like professional. It then looks connected.
Yeah, but I mean, you always, of course, but that's easier to do with like presets and stuff now.
Yeah.
But like when you're out and you have just a fucking, 5x7 table or whatever, and it's like, okay, what do I do with this space? How can I make my work look engaging? How can I?
Yeah.
That stuff. I mean, have you guys? Do you guys do conventions at all?
No.
Well, I did those markets, and I did try to take some of that stuff into. Because my tattoos, you can't see them when they're just laying on the table. So I built a evolving display thing where they can hang so people can see them at eye level and they'll come and look at them in the thing. And then they see all the stuff on the table. Retail.
Oh, man.
Pretty good. Yeah, that'd be cool to do, but I don't know. I'll get there, hopefully. I want to do that kind of stuff, like little shows and...
You just have to look at what other people do. When they sell their prints, they have some of them standing up and some of them in baskets. You want to have stuff that people can look through so they'll stay longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea, too.
And a banner or something big so that they see it from far away. Because if it's just tiny little drawings or tiny little pieces of art on a table, they could walk by 10 feet away and they're not going to see anything.
Yeah. You got to give them a reason to stop and look.
Yep.
Maybe free pizza or something.
Free pizza. Food.
Have some free pizza and some art.
Yeah, but you don't want people that are disingenuous, Hamilton. We learned that the hard way when we had free donuts.
Oh, those fuckers. Those sons of bitches.
It's we don't care about you. We just want your donuts.
And they don't even stay for our talk. They just fucking grab their donut with their little sticky fingers.
You have to put the donuts at the end.
Yeah.
Well, we learned that the hard way.
See, this is why we need other people to talk to.
Be the stylist over next.
I'm still mad about
that. Donut
that
stylist.
That haunts me.
I wake up in the middle of the night just angry about it.
Yeah. My donuts! Oh, God.
My donuts! Bastards.
You know what? This is funny. I remember during, I think it was last year, it was an art sale event on campus in the row department. And someone was selling snacks, but in order to get a snack, you had to purchase one of the drawings, one of her prints.
Ooh, that's clever.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh man, those are fun. I like those row
cookie,
sales. Yeah, I like that. It's incentivizing.
Did it work?
It worked on me, but
it
was really good. So.
It's but I
really wanted a cookie.
Yeah. You didn't care about the art. You're thanks. And then you used the print as a napkin.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awful.
Yeah.
That is fucking.
No,
awful.
I still have the print somewhere, but somewhere.
No. I mean, that's kind of a.
Did you ever do that one?
Do the what?
Any of you?
I haven't heard. We didn't hear. What'd you say?
They're birds.
Did any of you guys sell prints when you guys were at school?
Oh yeah, I sold a bunch.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I bought one of yours, Hamilton. Dude, I have the
Yeah. Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, Hamilton gave me one for free. I don't know where it is.
What? Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, that's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'm not offended at all.
No hard feelings.
No, I'm not gonna have nightmares tonight about that either. It'll be good.
You have a lot of nightmares about everything.
I do.
Yeah.
I wake up screaming most nights.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I don't know if you're joking or not.
I am. Ha 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 ha. Jokes. I've got them. Lots of jokes.
Yeah.
But going back to that, what we should do. I want to talk real quick about the show that we're doing because we have everybody's working.
Right.
And I've started working on our little, what do you call it, statement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But another thing, while we're looking for that, because our end date is to try and get it in October, is you might want to start looking for little festivals and stuff we could all go to.
Yeah, that'd be
that
cool.
might be
I heard about one that was, I don't know if I've already missed it, but it was some art, you could come and sell your own art stuff. It was a big festival thing. Not huge, but it was at a brewery near where I live.
We could all get some some tables together, and we can have Between the Strokes art show, and we all come and stuff. And
Interesting.
Meet the guys behind the podcast.
yeah,
Yeah, behind
See,
your
these
favorite
faces- these
podcast
faces are
that you
real.
all know. Hamilton. Everyone's the fan favorite. Everyone's like, who are they?
Don't worry about it. Just look at this art.
It's like, you probably know us.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of us.
Oh no.
Because festival season is happening now. It's the summer months that the good festivals happen.
That's true. People like to sweat.
We get some tables and set up some art, and give out cookies and shit.
Maybe the art is the cookies.
Oh,
Really delicate glaze.
damn!
Intricate patterns.
And we could do it like little Batman designs on it and shit, so people will buy it. That'd be sweet.
Now we're just becoming cookie salesmen.
Batman style.
This is just.
What do you do? We sell cookies.
This is just. This is what we could have done in 4th grade to make money. Lemonade and cookies. Yeah, that's the only reason why I don't I'm not super into the whole convention thing and selling prints, because it's like, I don't know, something feels kind of weird to me about I mean, it's
about making money. What?
Yeah, it's stupid, but just pushing work on people that never intended to see it in the first place. And I know that is stupid because nobody intends to see it in the first place, and you have to make it seen in front of people. But I mean, I don't know, the kind of stuff that's really popular at conventions, I don't really give a shit about anyway. Look, I drew Wonder Woman. It's yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Which it's fine, but and that's comic book convention. So I mean, I'm sure there's a place for people that want to do their own thing. I just haven't found that yet. So.
Well, when I would do comic book conventions, we would come with our own comic books, our own stories that we would have, and sort of sell each issue for $1.
Yeah, you can sell both.
So it wasn't just me drawing naked Batman all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. But I don't see any difference between that and a gallery where people come in. I don't know.
That's probably the reason why I haven't done galleries yet.
That's probably it. It's probably the reason why you don't like it.
Yeah. But I really am just bad at all things business because I rarely do any kind of freelance. It's just every now and then. So
I don't like anything, so you don't.
Yeah. I just need to figure out what I need to do and then just do it.
Just get your stuff out there, man. Get it out there is the best way you can. Whether that's doing family portraits of people or dogs or.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. That, I don't give a shit. I don't want to draw people's dogs. No. If somebody wants me to draw a chubby spaceman in armor, then I will, but not your dog.
Spreading his eagle.
Yeah.
Spreading his eagle.
With an eagle spreading.
Detail.
Yeah.
God,
So
I love that.
That's why I kind of just put my stuff out there. And I'm here it is, and then every once in a while somebody will be like, hey, I like your stuff, can you do this, something that's similar to the stuff you already do? I'm yes, I will definitely do that.
Well, what if someone wanted you to draw their dog in space armor though?
Oh, I've done that. It was okay. It's not I loved it.
You've done that? You fucking done that? Are you serious?
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, no, I did draw a dog as an astronaut, and I definitely gave it some of my sci-fi armor design.
That's amazing. Do you have it? Can we see it? That sounds amazing.
It was just a quick sketch. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh man, I love it.
That's funny.
See, now you're combining, what you love with what people want, and
Yeah. But it was just a quick thing. If they were I need a comic book about my dog, I'd be oh my god, giant fat dog, right when I pull up Facebook also. What the hell? This is why I don't go on Facebook anymore.
Feeding him.
I don't like it.
Poor
right.
pooch. That poor dog.
That poor dog.
Didn't find it. I did it for a friend, and she paid me she paid me a little something for it.
Oh, nice. Getting that money.
Photos, maybe.
You can tell she loves her dog because she's holding it.
Yep. Photos. Her photos.
The dog lover right there.
There it is. So I drew the one on the right.
Let me see it.
It was a quick sketch.
Hey.
You see it?
Neat. I like
It's
that.
fucking awesome.
And then her
That's great.
someone else colored it in, but there it is on the stream if you guys want to see. But yeah,
Look at that.
That's cute.
Yeah. So I'm down to do stuff like that where they're we like your art, so can you take your approach to something? But if it's just I just want my dog painted, it's no. You paint it yourself. Get out of here. Yeah.
Is that how you feel, Anthony? Are you sort of in the Connor boat?
I have to take something, someone's requesting me to draw something, but it has to be something that I like
You like to do it.
doing in my own doodly dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's
I
like,
would-
"Can you paint me a horse?" I'd be like, "Yes," because I need to know how to draw horses. But like, I would warn them ahead of time. Like, I do not do this. Like, I've never drawn a horse. So
Go ask Sarah if you want horses.
Yeah. So I mean, that kind of thing. It's just like, if people ask you to do something you have no experience with, which has happened to me a little bit. A lot of people ask me to make logos when they find out that I do art. And like,
So
well,
they
first
just
of all,
assume you can make a logo?
yeah, a lot of people do assume that. I don't know. You guys have probably been asked
Oh,
all the
you
time.
draw
It's
space,
true.
man.
Without
Maybe make
even
me a
seeing,
logo?
that's the part that blows my mind. Without even seeing your portfolio, you just say, "Oh yeah, I'm an artist." You go, "Oh, you do logos?" I'm like, "Oh, I've done a few." It's like, "Can you do my logo?" It's like, "How do you know you want me to do your logo?"
How much you paying?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
I
do
know,
that.
What you
right?
got?
Yeah, it depends. I mean,
I don't do them.
yeah, I really don't. Ever.
Oh, it's the easiest money.
I've done a few logos, but
I just don't want
I've
the world to be
realized-
filled by my shitty logos. I feel bad.
Yeah, no, that's it.
yeah.
Well, what were
I
you saying,
just-
Anthony?
I was just saying, like, logos, it's just one of those things, like it's got to be something like, it's something that just relates to what I like. So if someone wants something that's fun or silly, like, I like doing that, like making a little mascot character or
All
something.
right. Yeah.
Of that kind of sort. But if it has to do with text, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I
Goodbye.
hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, typography is not my thing. So
No.
Oh man, seriously? You guys don't like type? They're like little characters. They're like, little people.
Can't do that stuff, dude. I've
It
tried
takes
it.
way too much time.
yeah.
It hurts, man.
I just literally what I do is I go into Photoshop, I type the name of the company, and then I go to the font thing and I highlight it and I start clicking the down arrow.
Oh.
Start clicking the down arrow until I'm like, that doesn't look terrible.
Oh my god.
And if it's not there, then I go on whatever website and try
The
to
font.
Yeah.
The font.
Yeah, the
.com.
Font.com,
Whatever
yeah.
that-
Or
Then
squirrel
I
font.
feel bad because I'm like, someone else like spent the time making this. It's not me.
No, I don't
Yeah.
worry about that.
That's true.
No, don't even worry about that. Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about
I mean, they are free, I guess, but it's still like a little bit like, hey, can you do this font for me? It's like, sure, I'll download it and put your thing in there.
that.
Yeah, do any of the work.
Yeah, it's like, so are you really hiring me to do anything, or are you just hiring me to so that you don't have to do something?
It doesn't matter as long as they pay you. They can be,
Yeah,
Matters to me.
well,
to each their own. But that being said, I don't get asked a ton to do logos because I'm not out there saying I do logos. Look at me, yeah, you know.
my logo
Look at
portfolio
me.
full of logos for you.
Yeah, and I have literally no graphic design in my portfolio for that exact reason because I don't want to do it. It's just like not what I'm interested in.
Same.
Boom.
Well, I like it.
Well, that's good for you.
I
I'm
love
like
type.
everybody your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Type
If
is
if
beautiful.
everyone was like me, we wouldn't have any good logos. So.
We would just have spacemen. Spacemen everywhere. Spacemen logos. Well, like, what about for like a character design? Do you ever design like the fucking like insignia on their shoulder? Have you done that?
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
they're,
if
like,
it's
part of like a
that's
Confederate
yeah,
thing.
that is the one time where it's like I'll do graphic design. If it's something I care about, or if it's for my own stuff, then it's like yeah, I'll try it. It's not gonna be great, but I'll give it a shot if I want. If like it's something I'm interested in, or if somebody said I want you to do a logo and here's what it's for, and it's like whoa, that's really fucking cool. Let me like brainstorm out ideas. Let me try my best because if I don't care about it, it's gonna be a shitty logo. If I really care about it, it probably won't be great because I'm not experienced, but I am gonna try.
Okay.
So. That's the rare occasion where I will do it. If it was like a really cool company or something, or
Like some sort of space freighter company,
yeah,
and they need like
yeah.
fucking logo for their space freight.
If that ever happened, then sure, yeah, I'd be into it.
I'd be so down.
Pretty dope. Like Riot Games, man.
Mm.
Came knocking at your door. They're like, Connor,
Yeah.
do our logos, Connor.
I love how they would literally be knocking on his door too. I'm just
Yeah.
picturing that. Connor, we need you. Oh my god, could you
I
imagine
wish
that?
that happened. I wished.
Oh, one of the things I wanted to mention on today's stream before we kind of call it quits, is that make sure one of the things that I found that's super helpful is to just try to apply for everything online. So like I applied to Blizzard and a few other places, and I just basically sent them emails.
Right.
And a lot of times they'll just get back with me, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we could use you for like a little project or something." Not Blizzard didn't, but like other places.
Yeah.
So what?
I was like, bullshit.
But no, I'm saying it works like all the time. So like I'll see like a cool video or something on some website, and I'll be like, "Hey, do you guys need any more editors? I can do it remotely," and it's worked a few times. So if you're looking for work, it's not always about trying to find a listing on Indeed or Monster or something. Just fucking email people, and it works a lot of times.
I mean, you're never gonna get that job that you don't apply for, so you might as well.
Yeah.
Try. The worst that can happen is you don't get it, which you weren't gonna get anyway. So
Yeah, and I got a sweet rejection letter from Blizzard, which I'm excited about. I'm actually gonna frame it.
Hamilton, you suck. You're like, oh dang.
Yeah, nice, right on the wall. It'll look great.
Yeah, it's like Samwise saw your work and he puked in his mouth.
Samwise saw it. Does he even? I don't think he even works for Blizzard anymore, does
He
he?
probably just hangs out like drinking Mountain Dew, and they're like, "Can you draw an orc?" He's like, "Yeah, I guess." He's like so ingrained. That game is like just his art, but like replicated by everyone else. So I'm sure they probably just pay him $1 million a day and like, whatever, do it if you want.
Draw us an orc, Samwise. Okay.
Yeah, he probably like owns half the company,
Job's done.
and he's worked there since the beginning. I
It
think.
probably fucking does.
I don't know if he does. I'm sure. Anyways,
Does he? Does anyone else know what we're talking about, or is it just me and Connor just jerking off on Samwise?
Don't know.
only reason I know is because I saw some of his
I kinda
sketches.
do.
Because there was a comic book, not a comic book, art of gaming like museum thing that was in some like museum. Sorry, I said that.
Museum. I love those museums.
Anyways, he's just an artist that did some of the original art for World of Warcraft and those games. So he drew he drew the super cartoony orcs. That was like his style, and that's what became that like whole game's look.
And yeah, he's amazing. So if you're ever looking at like wanting to see like concept art for video games, look up Samwise.
The thing is, though, to me, it's not that amazing because that was in a different time. That was in 2003. Same thing if you look at
No. This was back in like the early 90s.
Like,
for
oh, you're right.
Warcraft
Yeah.
1.
I was thinking when the
Maybe even like the late 80s.
Oh yeah, so it's even older. Yeah, and when you look at like old Magic the Gathering paintings for like the really old 90 cards,
So bad.
they are shit because the internet didn't exist and there was no like bar where like you have to be this good to get in. It was like, oh, you're a fantasy illustrator, draw us like a skeleton like screaming on fire and like send it to us. You're like, good enough, and they put it on the card. But now it's like so competitive because everybody wants to do it
And I actually say that some of that bad art from Magic the Gathering is almost timeless. Because it's so bad it's good compared to like these highly detailed renders that they have now, you know? Like I think it gets to a point where things are too rendered.
Stuff is so good. It's
What was that?
It's distracting. I don't know, she's outside sipping tea.
feel
We
like
can't
some
hear.
stuff is just so good it's boring because it's just okay, a landscape thing.
Yeah, it's just it's perfectly
exactly.
rendered.
There's no personality to it, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna play Magic and fucking play Warcraft. But all right, well, thank you everyone for listening in. Thank you to our great guests for hopping on and chatting us up.
Yeah, thanks
Hey.
guys for coming.
Dude, thank you for allowing us, man. This is really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I always
hang
get
out whenever
pumped up
you can.
after our little talks. Like I'm gonna make some art right now. I'm really
Yeah, I'm feeling
jazzed.
pretty pumped too.
Maybe
But yeah, if you ever,
what was that?
well, go ahead, Connor.
I was
No,
gonna
you
say
go first. You go first.
maybe 5 o'clock's a better time for us. I don't know. Could be.
Maybe
We never
we'll
know.
see.
It all depends, man.
I think also
Some Sundays
Yeah.
I hit up that IHOP, man, and
Ooh.
I'm just out, dude.
just
For
falling
like the rest of the
asleep.
day.
That's a good way to spend a Sunday.
Yeah.
I think it's also just
Just
because
cheat at IHOP.
we took the time to actually post about it like a couple hours before today.
We're so good. We're fucking pro now. Watch out. But Anthony, if you ever, and this goes for anyone else listening in, if you ever want to send us your portfolio to get feedback on it or just ideas or anything,
Yeah.
feel free.
I need to post more shit in the page too because I need help sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't
But
posted.
I love looking at illustration works. It's like my favorite thing to do.
Sweet, man. Well, you're gonna love mine. So
All right, well, thank you
at
guys.
least I hope you will.
Of course I will. Oh, and I have some books for you too, but I'll tell you later about that.
Ooh. Spoilers. All right.
Yep. Later, guys.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
You dude.
Peace.
Take care. Bye.